Hey family, how's everybody doing? Again, happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're all having a productive day and a positive day. We're back again. Some of you were able to talk with me this morning or chat with me, I should say, during our Good Morning Royals segment. I appreciate everybody who was here this morning to start our day so we could all start our day together. And I'm glad that you all are back again this afternoon. I know it's a little later than usual, but y'all know I was kind of on the underside of okay this morning. So I needed a minute to get myself back together so that we could jump back in and have our crown chat for today. Wow, Serene, family member for 3 months. Yes, we're all doing well. Good to see you. Um, also, y'all, we got to get the housekeeping done. Please hit the like button for me. Please, please, if you didn't hit it on the way in, hit it now. Hey, Ty, and hit it on the way. Hit it now. If you have not subscribed, please, please subscribe. Okay, and I keep telling y'all, do your outreach. We do a lot of good things on this channel and in this group of ladies. Bring somebody with you. Don't come alone. Okay, if you can help it. Now, if you got to come alone, okay, but make sure you bring somebody with you so that they can join in and we can all have fun together. Okay, so let's do that. And those of you who have already subscribed and you've already hit the like button, if you want to join channel membership, the link for membership, I will add it to the description box. I will tell you I'm slightly off my game today, so I hadn't added it yet, but there should be a join button. Definitely, there is a membership tab on the. There's definitely a membership tab on the page for the main channel, the main page for the channel. You'll see a membership button there. If you want to become a channel member and you're not able to do so, please don't hesitate. Reach out to us. You see my information going across the screen. If there's anything that we can do to assist you, please let us know. Don't let cost or money prohibit you or stop you from taking part in anything that we have here in the royal family. We always have events and things that we're doing, and we want you to be able to take part in it and enjoy yourself with the rest of the family. So with that being said, please reach out to us. We do have sisters that are willing to sponsor, as well as I myself am also willing to sponsor. Okay? All right. Well, let's dig into it. And y'all know I'm not comfortable until I get a chance to speak to everybody who is in the room. I'm so happy to see my family here. I appreciate you guys and I love you guys. Miss Wilson, how you doing? Happy Wednesday to you. Marva, it's good to see you. There's my sister Angie. How you doing? Egypt Nile is in the building. One half of Law and Order. Okay, we got Miss Sparkle. Sister, how are you? Good to see you as well. Miss Ree. Hey, Miss Ree. How you doing? Jazzy, how are you? Alita. Hey, Alita. How you doing, darling? There's my Christian Key. All right, Miss Believe. How you doing? Keisha E. Girl, we was looking for you yesterday. Say you can't hear? You can hear just stepping away from the computer back in 20 minutes. All right. I'm glad that you are here as well. Who else we got? The Vegas girl. Hey girl, how you doing? It's so good to see you. As always, happy anytime you can make it through here with us. A lady 747, one of our newest sisters. How are you? It's good to see you. My DT is here. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. Yes, and he's giving you his email if y'all missed the minutes to the last meeting. Reach out so he can give you a copy of the minutes, okay? About to teach in a half an hour, so you can't stay long. Listen, if y'all don't get a chance to reach out, he's working. Don't bother him. Y'all see my email, contact me, and I will give you a copy of the minutes to the meeting, okay? Yes, Chanel D. Queen, beautiful lady, how you doing? Plum, good to see you. Tasha Renee, hey, how you doing? Auntie Eva, hey there. That's right, y'all. Hit that like button. Please and thank you. BJ Dez, how are you? Maureen Mercer, sis, good to see you. S. Collins, how are you? Kia Coco Pop, hello, gorgeous. How are you? There's my sister Spiller. How you doing? Good to see you as well. Morgan, Morgan's Musings, how are you? There's my Ty Bowden. Lorene is here. Good to see you. Wow, we got a full house, y'all. Hey, Nicole Rianne. April C. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still not 100%. I won't lie to you, but I'm a lot better. I don't feel like I'm going to pass out now. Queen Mermaid, how are you? You setting up for the next meeting. Hit the like button. She'll be listening for 10 minutes. All right. All right now. Hey, Queena. How you doing? All right, all right. Cece Miller, our beautiful sister. This lady is so beautiful. I can't stress it enough. I just love her. Love her dearly. Tina, how you doing, Tina? Mackenzie, how you doing, darling? It's good to see you. Emma, hey Emma, how you? Cheryl Cooper, how you doing, sis? Jaja, my sister made it. Hey Jaja, how are you? Shalon, hey Shalon. Okay, I'm trying to come on through. I'm trying to ramp my energy up. Brittany M, how you doing? Barbara, Miss Barbara, how you? Good to see you as well. Ernestine, hello. Miss Rochelle, how are you? Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Okay. Now, y'all know what I always say. Sasha Ellis. Hey, Sasha. I am feeling better. I'm not out of the woods, but I'm feeling a whole lot better. And we got to get better because y'all know we got Bible study this evening. Those of you who know you're supposed to be there, I don't want to have to look for you. Okay? So we'll take care of that at that time. Now, today is going to be a different kind of chat. I want it to be extremely interactive. Hey, Wonder Woman Marshall. Sister, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. We're not going to do the usual. We're going to have a talk. And what I want to talk about today, and y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me, okay? Please, please, please hit the like button. Okay? What we're talking about today are the manipulators and the entitlement that they feel toward us. We got to address it because it's not going to go away. It's one of those things. Hey, sassy girl. It's one of those things that we have to address because it is a reality. It's not pleasant. Do we want to be bothered with it? No, we don't. Do we ever want to be bothered with it? No, we don't. But does it mean that it's going to be any less real or any less prevalent? No, it doesn't. Okay? So, okay, yeah, what DT said. I just want to point out that one, we have to be able to identify when, hey, Nacho Twins mama, when we are being manipulated or when someone is attempting to manipulate us. There's different ways that they go about doing it, but we got to recognize it so that we don't fall prey. See, now, we talked before in previous Crown Chats about how no is a complete sentence. And there's ways that we say no, right? Sometimes, we will actually we will mouth the words no. Sometimes our no comes in the form of our absence. Sometimes you can talk to folks about things for a certain amount of time. Thank you for my bullseyes, Christian Keys. You talk to people for a certain amount of time about behavior, and you let them know that the behavior is not okay with you. You're not all right with it. If you got friends and they're saying certain words and things around you, and you're letting them know, hey, when you use that language or when you say these things or when you behave this way, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. You know what I mean? We use all the tools that we talk about in Crown Chats and Crown Therapy, and we start to explain what we don't care for. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, Dana Cutler. And after you've done all that, We have ways that we go about saying no to that situation. Sometimes we'll do like our sister DC says, we'll get the scissors and we get to cutting. We get to cutting folks off and letting them know, hey, stay away from around me. And sometimes you just change the nature of the relationship. Now I want to say something to you because I think that some folks don't understand. Hey, Sandra Richardson, what I think some people don't understand is once you have explained to them which behavior they are exhibiting that is uncomfortable for you, once you have drawn your boundaries, once you have decided you're not going to tolerate certain things, you've explained it ad nauseum. You don't have to give a dissertation, a monologue, or a soliloquy as to why you are changing the nature of the relationship. I'm going to say that one more time because I want to make it clear. And I'm going to do it without the word salad. You do not have to give an explanation, is what I'm saying. You don't have to give an explanation. That's what I mean by you don't have to give a dissertation. You don't have to prove your point. You don't have to get them to agree. You simply have the right, because you have agency over your own life, to make that decision. Thank you for the super sticker, Sassy Girl. I appreciate you. You do not have to get their permission or seek their approval to change the nature of that relationship. Thank you, Marva. Y'all hit the like button. The reason I say that is when you start running into manipulators, that's one of the first things that they will use as a means to manipulate. Hey, Tracy Williams, how you doing? DT's, wait, let me get DT's notes. Hey, Veronica Barnes. DT's notes, lesson 1. Recognize manipulation when it happens to you, and especially when you have drawn your boundaries and called out their behavior. Remember, saying no is a complete thesis. I love it. I love it. Not a sentence, a whole thesis. Hey, Veronica Barnes. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that once you have explained, you put your boundaries down, you don't have to explain anything else. You've already done the work. You've already called out the problematic behavior. You've already set your boundaries. You do not have to further explain yourself. And one of the first things that a manipulator will do is what we like to call gaslighting. Hey, learning to love myself. Y'all give me some bullseyes in the chat, or let me know in the chat how many of you all have been hearing that word gaslighting a whole lot lately. How many of us have been hearing that word? Everybody's gaslighting. And we know that some of the things they're calling gaslighting is not gaslighting. It's just one of those things that once it becomes a trend, everything is going to get called that. Just like when people started calling people narcissists, everybody got called a narcissist. Right? I love it. I love it. Y'all give me them bulls. Let me know. Let me know. Jaja got something good here. She says, what's understood needs no explanation. Use it usually because of grace. You've given a chance for them to rectify. Once you're done, let them figure it out. It's not up to you. And my sister is telling the truth. You do not have to do that. You don't. You simply don't have to keep explaining yourself. You've already had the conversations. That's why you're done in the first place. Hey, Ashanti. That's why you're done in the first place. It's because you've had the conversations. Hey, Easy Breezy. So once you had the conversations and you've laid down all of your boundaries and you're maintaining them and you're guaranteeing and you're making sure that they are being respected, there's no point in explaining yourself again. Reason number 1, this person has already demonstrated that they don't care what you got to say. That's right, Kia. Gaslighting is abusive. DT's notes, lesson number 2. Gaslighting is very common, but one must know what is actual gaslighting and what is just pure accountability. One must use discernment to know the difference between the two. Hey, Miss Gardner, how you doing? So this is the thing. Kiki, oh my God, it's been a while. How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Leslie. Leslie says, your distance from them should be self-explanatory once you have set boundaries and they cross them. And let me add to that, sis, and they keep crossing them. And you've explained yourself and they keep crossing them. Tasha Renee says, some background on me, Seanitra. I was the scapegoated child in my family and to go had to go no contact since 2015. Well, that's the thing. You just changed the relationship. That's right, Miss Reed. Miss Reed says no need to stay on repeat. Hit fast forward. Straight up. So that's what you have to understand. Marcella, you made it in? Hey sister, how you doing? Good to see you. So, and beware of the gaslighting. And I want to be clear because like I said, that word is so overused now. If you're not careful, everything turns into the gaslighting, gaslighting, gaslighting. It's like it's almost a song, right? Yeah, protect my energy, habitual line steppers. But when I say gaslighting, I'm talking about people who have a habit of sometimes they'll pretend that they don't know what they did wrong. They know full well what they did wrong. That is one reason why you will never catch me explaining to an adult why I have chosen to change the relationship. I will never do it. And the reason that I will not do it is because I know me well enough to know that I communicate. I believe in communication, so I communicate to people when I don't like things that you're doing. Yeah, Dana, they get amnesia. That's one of the first things they like to do is to pretend. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said. And so when that happens, you let them continue with that same energy. Don't go back. Don't get that's a form of manipulation. That is a tool of manipulation. So do not allow that to be something that manipulates you. Another thing that people will do, and I think is a good example of gaslighting, is when they minimize their behavior to one singular minuscule act. What I mean by that, you'll have somebody that will be late to a funeral, set half the church on fire when they get there, spread a rumor, make two deacons start fighting, and kick out the stool from underneath one of the mothers on the motherboard. And they will minimize the whole thing down to all I did was show up late. They'll pretend that none of their other behavior ever took place. All I did was just this. All I did was just that. And when you start to see that sort of behavior, now that's when you're actually looking at gaslighting. And that kind of thing is done to make you feel like, well, maybe I am overreacting. And then they will also sometimes, well, I'll go to another. I'll hit that part later. I'm gonna put a pin in that. But they do that to minimize it so that you won't hold on to your own relevant thought. It's so that you'll start to question the validity of your choice to change the nature of the relationship. Now it's some fellas in here, but we got mostly ladies. How many of you ladies have had relationships with men who do that? Let me see bullseyes and examples in the chat. Okay? Marcella says, I try to take accountability for forgiveness. My heart aches if I did something wrong. That's right, but that's because we're good people. There's some people who ain't good folks, and we got to learn how to recognize and do a little separating. DT's notes, lesson number 3. If they're not understanding you the first time, they're manipulating you. Always remember to keep your boundaries because people will do anything to break and invade them. That is a great one. That is a great one. Okay? These are the things that I want us to really pay attention to. This is real stuff. We go through it. Some of you have gone through it with family. Okay? And some of us have gone through it in marriages, relationship. Sometimes it can be your parents or your children, your neighbor, whoever. Just recognize when people are trying to manipulate you with these elementary tactics. Ernestine say, when walking out the door, close the door behind you. Mm-hmm. Lord, Brittany M., I love you. She say the flying monkeys or enablers of these people make it worse. Oh, they coming up next. We're going to talk about them next. Thank you, Rochelle, for my bullseyes. Thank you so much, Miss Gardner. I need those bullseyes. They help me know when I'm on point and when I'm hitting the target. Okay? It's terrible. It's terrible. Not to, oh, not today, Satan. I like your name. Oh my God, you almost gave my voice back. Say, I've watched it happen on the YouTube streets. It does. And I think it does because it's a human condition. And everybody is not where they should be. And sometimes when we encounter people and you're having interpersonal relationships with people, whether it's online or in person, you're going to have things that are part of the human condition. So you can't get shocked by it. You just have to kind of roll with it and accept it for what it is. Nicole says, and for those who express themselves and clearly explain their boundaries, you are not problematic. You're a courageous soul using clear, effective communication. That's true. It's true. Because part of the manipulation is what we're going to get into. Now, I just said flying monkeys. I love that, Brittany. Let's talk about these flying monkeys. Okay? These are the people who oftentimes, they're not bad people. Okay? I want us to get that too. Hey, Sharon. How you doing? Lord Tasha Renee said, if you want to meet a master manipulator, meet my mother. Girl, don't talk about your mama like that. Don't do that. No, we love the mamas now. We try to love the mamas. All right. I know that's right, Wonder Woman Marsha. I love her name. Yeah. Yeah. And that's right, Christine. Stop second guessing and questioning yourself. Follow your instincts. You know, we had a previous crown chat on that. Follow your instincts and intuition. If your first mind is telling you that this person is the devil's firstborn, get away from them. Okay? Let it go. Because every time you don't, you're going to live to regret it. But I want to talk about the people who our sister Brittany referred to as the flying monkeys. You know, everything. I got to see it. Oh no, not the flying monkeys, like in the movie, right? I love that. Oh my God, that just made my day. Here's the thing. A lot of times, those are not bad people. And I know it's hard to understand that they're not bad people, but they're not bad people, y'all. The reason I say that, these are simply people who have fallen for the manipulation. What you mean, Seanitra? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. What I mean is the people who fall for these manipulations, you know, they're just like us. They're not just trying to manipulate you. These manipulators really will try to manipulate everybody around you. Why do they do that? Glad you asked. The reason they do that is if a lot of people who have that mindset and mentality, they feel like it's strength in numbers. They're very comfortable. They're very comfortable trying to gather together, campaign, get numbers to come back and redouble their efforts against you. If your mind is too strong for one person, they go and try to recruit other people to come back and apply more pressure to you psychologically so that you'll back down. So remember, they're not bad people. They're really not. So don't, and it's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to get frustrated. Morgan says flying monkeys is a term used by psychiatrists and psychologists for the minions used by narcissists, foul creatures they are. Yeah, they are used by narcissists, but you got to look at what you're saying, sis. They're used by narcissists. So these are people who are allowing themselves to be used for one reason or another. One of the main reasons it happens is because they were not able to see through the manipulations, right? And if we look at ourselves hard enough, I'm sure we can probably find times where we were manipulated by people too. So I know it's annoying and it can be toxic as radioactive waste. However, they're still not bad people. Let's give them a shot because just because they were manipulated, it's still an opportunity for them to wake up and kind of see through the manipulation. And sometimes people do, right? Let's look at DT's notes. Lesson number 4. Follow your gut and intuition. If your intuition is saying do not go near them, then turn around. Put on, put your put your own wait, I think you flipped the words. Put on your best red bottom heels and make your way out. Good point. Miss Reese says, what you, oh yeah, that's how I do it. What you mean, Seanitra? I'm glad you asked. Glad you asked. Because see, I can't hear y'all. So I gotta ask the question that I figure y'all might ask me. Okay? And so what happens is these folks, hey humble beauty, how are you? So this is the thing. These people have fallen for a manipulation. So of course they pile in, and these people will recruit people and come back and redouble the efforts. And that's when you know you are looking at someone who is deliberately trying to abuse. And you know, we've talked about on many different previous crown chats about types of abuse: mental abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, abuse of resources. Okay? And so when people want to abuse you, and here's where the title comes in, they feel entitled. I gave you all of that to get to this point. Some people feel like they are entitled to abuse you. Hey, Wicked. That's right. They do it to everybody. It's not just you. So even when they go and they recruit people to come and attack you and call you out your name and whatever stories they make up or tell, or when they play the victim and then that you're the villain, and then these people start to repeat these things over and over, and it happens in families a lot. It's happened to me before in families. Hey, JC, it's a real thing. Don't be so upset. And I know I'm saying a lot and I'm asking a lot when I'm saying don't be upset with the people who are repeating and have swallowed the narrative. Understand that these people who behave like this, they are a lot of them expert level. Some of them have been victims, professional victims, and manipulators their whole lives. Their whole lives. And just say, what about habitual offenders? You mean them flying monkeys? Well, you know what I say. If something continues to be a problem and you made it plain and they're close to you, what do I say? Change the nature of the relationship. One day they may straighten out and then you can reevaluate. But if something is hurting you and it's not good for you, change the nature of the relationship. Okay? So this is what we got to do. But I just want us to have an open mind and not be so quick. And I know it's easy to be offended at people, but I don't want us to be so quick to be offended at everybody, because if you're not careful, you'll be offended at the whole world. So let's not be so quick to do that if we can help it. But when you find people that's recruiting people to help apply pressure to you, whether it's social pressure, in some circles that's called a form of social engineering. It's almost like the can I speak to the manager syndrome. You know what I mean? I couldn't get it done with you. I wasn't able to manipulate you. I wasn't able to guilt you. I wasn't able to gaslight you. So now, may I talk to the manager? And when you're in a social setting, um, if there's no manager, what that can look like is I'm going to talk to everybody around you and see if we can all come together and apply pressure. It's kind of like we do it on a positive note sometimes. Hey, Louisiana lady, we do it in a positive way sometimes. Hey, Delicia, I'm feeling a little bit better. The positive way we see that happen is when we have interventions. How many of y'all have heard of having an intervention for somebody? That's a positive way that we use that same technique of kind of let's escalate it. May I talk to the manager? You're escalating your form of communication because you communicating one-on-one has proven ineffective. If somebody's on their stuff, as black folks like to say, what do? You can get them in an intervention so everybody can come together and reinforce the point and maybe have a more effective communication. DT says lesson number 5, Those who are flying monkeys, as Brittany M. lovingly put it, enable the manipulators to continue their purposeful abuse. Don't be quick to be offended, but change the relationship. Thank you, DT, for the notes. Let's see what Jaja says. There should be a different standard of operation with dealing with internet space, seeing it's not a physical, interactive space. Should there be? I don't feel like that. Well, I won't say what it should be for you. I'm gonna say it's not. It's no different for me. I don't care whether you in front of me, standing on both feet, or whether you are on a telephone or on a computer. Nitra is Nitra is Nitra. You get what you get. But I understand if some people feel like they need to. Leslie said they do it because so many people follow the crowd and don't think for themselves. It's a shame, but it's true. It is. It is. That's the other reason why they may do so, because it's easy to get people to kind of bandwagon. You know what I mean? So that's important too. We got to take all of that into account. And because like you rightly said, so many people naturally follow the crowd or have a herd mentality. They're not thinking for themselves. Okay? So with that being the truth, you got to recognize that they're not willfully doing what they're doing. I understand it may be a bad behavior, and I know we don't tolerate bad behavior at all. However, let's not get to a point where we're so intolerant that we can't see the bigger picture or the broad spectrum of what's really going on. You know what I mean? So you got to take that into account. But what I was saying about like interventions, it's almost like a negative form of intervention. They've tried to manipulate to continue the abuse. Their form of communication or manipulation isn't working, so they go get numbers, because there's usually strength in numbers, to come on in and apply more pressure. Only it's not for a good reason, it's for a bad reason. Thank you, Wonder Woman Marshall. Okay, I appreciate that. Let's get DT's notes. Lesson number 6. Don't succumb to the peer pressure of the manipulators and their enablers. Hold strong to your boundaries and to yourself. One day, everyone will realize they're wrong and apologize. Well, you say they're going to apologize, DT. I ain't going to fool them. Some people will never apologize. And you got to be prepared for that too. You have to be prepared when you set boundaries. And you know, we talked about this before. You got to be prepared when you set those boundaries and you change relationships and you move on. Be prepared that some people, even when they see they're wrong, it's on place cards, billboards, Times Square. They'll see it and they still may never apologize. And you have to be okay with that, because you cannot force someone to take accountability. Ashanti says, you always take you with you. If you were the problem, you will continue to be at the epicenter of drama. It's true, because you can choose not to be. You can choose not to be. I don't care how much people try to include you in some mess. You know, do you know what you have the power to do? You have the power to shut your mouth. This is powerful, ladies. I want y'all to understand something. This is a side note, and I promise I'm not going to go on a rant. Hey, makeup lover. She said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. It's true. But what I want you to understand is, ladies, there is power in shutting what we call the hell up. We got the power to shut up. And I know we have a temptation not to, but you have the power to do just that. I don't care what they call you. I don't care what they said about you. I don't care how much you're triggered or provoked. You have the power to be quiet. You have the power not to address it. You have the power not to respond. Okay? My mother used to say to people with certain things, I won't even dignify that with a response. And sometimes, ladies, that's what we have to do. We have to make a conscious decision that we're not going to dignify it. with a response because it ain't worth a response. If I say to you something is wrong with your behavior and you continue it, when I change the nature of it, I don't care what you say after that. I don't have to respond. I have the power of silence. Teresa is coming through with it. She says, shut mouth grace. It works wonders. It's a miracle worker. She's telling you. Queen say the power of the tongue is real. It is. It is. And Brittany is coming in for the win. Silence is more powerful than words sometimes. Baby, many times, your silence can shake up the whole world. Learn the power of shutting that thing we call a mouth. It's power in that. Lesson number 7. We have a proverb. Stand firm, for the waves will break. Meaning don't succumb to pressure from others when they want you to do things to their accord. Keep strong to who you are. That's a good one. But yeah, there's power in the tongue and even more in silence. I won't give you the dignity that a response would give. That's right. Y'all got what I'm saying. That's right. You have the right, not just the ability. I like that, not today, Satan. You have the right. Understand that, y'all know over here, we talk about everything, don't we? Yeah, they preaching in the chat, Wonder Woman, Marshall. One of them need to come up here and grab this stream and start talking for me and save my throat. But you know they ain't gonna do that. They could though. You see, they got all the material. They know what they need to be saying, but they ain't gonna back me up today. Maybe next time. But the truth of the matter is, we talk about everything over here, the physical and the metaphysical. There are entities in both realms that depend on you making a knee-jerk reaction. They depend on you to react to what they're doing and saying, because if you don't react, they have nothing to eat. Hey, Just Jules JG. This is what I want y'all to understand. There are entities, both physical and metaphysical, that depend on your response. Because when you don't respond, they ain't got nothing to eat. How many of you understand that there are some people who truly are fueled by misery? They are fueled by being miserable. That's all they know. They haven't figured out how to change their lives. Hey, Jam. They haven't figured out how to change the things in their lives that don't make them happy. They have not figured out a way to change their narrative, to change their environment. They're just unhappy. And when that happens, they need somebody else to feed into it. This is all they got. If you just hush, that'll stop a lot of things. Have y'all ever seen somebody argue with themselves? They might try for a while, but if you hold your peace, that'll put a stop to a lot of mess. I want y'all to really get that. Hey, Spiritual Discussions. She says, yes, they know what they did wrong. It's when you tell them what they did when the problem comes. That's true. Hey, Candace Lane. You gonna finish on replay? All right, we love you. We'll see you next time, sis. Lesson number 8. Don't be afraid to keep silent. Silence sometimes is the best answer. And learning to disengage from situations is the best reaction because they expect you to react. Disengage. That's right. This is what we got to do. And I want us to truly understand and internalize this. When you decide to keep your silence, it's not because you're afraid to talk back. It's not because you don't know what to say. It's not because you ain't got a whole lot of mouth. Okay? We all know, every one of us up in here got plenty of mouth. We got more mouth than Van Camp got poking beans. Tell yourself the truth every day, ladies. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. You have nothing to prove to anybody. Keep silent. Even if they try to fight, then they won't make it long. The fight won't last long at all. Louisiana lady says, starve them with your silence and smile when you do it. That's right. Keep your silence. Keep your silence. Christine says, not what someone calls me is what I answer to. That's right. That's the truth. DT says, gotta go teach. All right. DT, we love you and thank you for your notes so far. Y'all tell DT have a great one. We miss him when he's not here. Yes, Kiki, keeping your silence is equivalent to keeping your peace. It's important. Yo, I do it with mine too. Sometimes you just walk away. Give them time to think about their behavior. Some people will and some people won't. But whether they figure it out or not, understand that that's not your problem, nor is it your business. If they don't figure out where they went wrong, that's between them and whoever their God is. It's not your problem. It's not. So you have to just accept the fact that you did what was right for you and for your mental health at the time. Ashani says, a smart person knows what to say. A wise person knows when to say it. I like it. You got the jewels. All right. Trey Bop and say, I ask the Holy Spirit to bridle my tongue on a daily. And you not the only one. Because y'all know my mouth can be quick. Hey, Miss Harry, how you doing? Spiritual Discussion says, people who tell you who they are when they speak. People tell you who they are when they speak. They just don't know it. They don't. They don't. So this is what we have to understand. That's right. There you go. Christine, you got it? This is what we have to understand. In these situations where people are trying to manipulate you, you have more control than sometimes you give yourself credit for. I should see accountability mirrors all through this chat. I should be spammed with accountability mirrors at this point in the conversation because that's where we are. This is the point where this entire conversation is an accountability conversation for ourselves. It's for us to recognize when people are trying to manipulate us, and it's for us to say no and remain centered, not respond, do not engage. We have absolutely every reason to continue to move forward, especially if you have communicated, especially if you have already made it clear the things that you're not okay with. You laid down your boundaries, and now you've made a conscious decision to change the nature of that relationship, whether you chose to give an explanation or not. Hold your ground. You know what you're supposed to do. Move forward. I can guarantee you that if you made that decision consciously, it's because you know that this relationship between you and this person had to change in order for you to grow. We're talking about people who are abusive toward you. Thank you, Spiritual Discussions. I'm glad to have you. BJ Dez, what you say? I had a therapy session today, and she told me that I need to learn how to be quiet. I talk too much, and that's why I'm having issues with the hubby. It's hard for me to shut up. Girl, we women, it's not easy to shut up. It ain't easy because we always got something to say, don't we? We got something to say. We always got plenty to say. Not just something, a whole lot. I mean a whole lot. That's right. So it's not a simple thing. I'm not telling us to do it because it's easy. It's because it's what's best for us. This is what we need to do to maintain and protect our peace. But we're talking about people who are manipulative to the ends that they want to be able to abuse you. Let me give you an example. If you have someone who comes to your house every day to eat, and you're friendly with them, and so you let them come in, but every time they show up, they want to eat something, and you start to recognize it, and so you make a conversation and you let them know, hey friend, not in front of nobody, not to embarrass them, but every time you come here, you eating. Friend, how come you don't eat at the house? They may give you a reason like, hey, I don't have a lot. I try to save it for X, Y, and Z. So then what do? We do all the things we've discussed in Crown Chat on numerous occasions for different topics, right? And you start showing them how to get their resources up. You start showing them how to have their own. You explain to them that you are not comfortable with what they're doing and all that good stuff, and they continue to do it. And so then you stop inviting them over as much, right? You stop inviting them as often. So what ends up happening is then you turn around and you throw a party. You didn't invite them, but they start inviting themselves to your house. And then they start coming when you invite other friends, they'll make themselves the plus one. And every time you look up, this person is in your house, whether you invite them or not. And they steady eating. And even when you don't serve food, they hanging around trying to beg for a pack of crackers. Or they just, picking up packs of peanuts off your table. All kind of little stuff like that. And so when you see that, hey, I've discussed it, I've told you I'm not comfortable, I've tried to help you get your own, and now I see that you're going to continue, even though I made it clear that I'm not comfortable with this. That's when you got to change the relationship, and you just got to change. You got to change how you move. Now you got to tell people, when you come, don't bring her to my house. Now you got to make sure that when she come by your house unannounced, that you don't answer the door. Now you got to make sure you're not even stopping to talk to her in the grocery store too long. You saying hello and you walking fast. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? I want you to kind of see what it looks like. And when you change the nature of the relationship, hey Odie, right? How you doing? Do you stop and explain to this person, hey, I just don't want you to keep using me. That's right, Delicia. That person is using you. And guess what? We have people that'll use you, and not just for material things. Do you know there's people that'll use you because you're a good listener? Y'all know what that looks like? That looks like somebody that calls your phone and talks your ear off about nonsense. And even when you try to help them get a solution to their problem because you're tired of hearing the same thing, they don't want to hear a solution. They don't want to hear because they just want to be able to continue to indulge in irresponsible behavior. They just need somebody to sound off on. So you got people that will use you just because you are a listening ear. That's right. A corrupted mind is unstable in all its ways. Amen. That's right. Ms. Harris says they will emotionally use you too. Yes, they will. You got emotional users. Yes, you do. You do. They will use you because you're an emotional person. You emote well. You're affectionate. And so that's when you get the people that every time they talk to you, something's wrong because they want that emotional outpouring. They're abusers and they're users. You protect your mental health. Y'all talking about these energy vampires. They're real. It's the truth. Y'all know where I'm at. They will use you because you have a kind heart. Some people will see that you have a heart to help and a heart to give and to nurture, and they will use you for it. Nene, please say you ain't lying. Haven't spoke to someone in ages after they tried to show up unannounced. I didn't open the door. Left them at the security gate. No way, Mama Cedar. I ain't mad at you. JC says, and they will usually not show or reveal their true selves to anyone else but you. You the only one gonna see that terrible stuff. And she got them scissors down there. But they will do it. You have people that will hang around and use you for your creativity. They will use you for your connections. If you know people, you got people that'll use you for anything. And so that's why I titled this video, it's the entitlement for me. Because to be honest with you, one, if I talk to you, once I've talked to you about your behavior and you don't change your behavior, I'm going to change the relationship. Either I'm going to cut it off or it's going to drastically change in the way I relate to you. And I'm not going to explain nothing to you. Absolutely nothing. Once I recognize that you're using me and making me uncomfortable, and I done talk to you, baby, that's a done deal. We're not going to keep going back and forth about it. We're not going to go back and forth even one time. Not for 5 minutes. Not only that, if you start the gaslighting and going to get the flying monkeys, as the ladies say, and all that good stuff, that's not going to move me either. I'm nothing if not stubborn and willful. I will not. And I find it interesting that these people exist. It's sad because we are nurturers. A lot of us, as women especially, we're givers. We want to help people. We want to see people grow. It's a lot of people right now, they got walls up. They got their defenses up because they run into users. And I don't want us to be that way. I want us to be able to give and be loving and be helpers without fear that somebody is going to break down your defenses, trample all over your boundaries, and take advantage. There's a certain amount of entitlement that exists within these people. They feel entitled to take from you. They feel entitled to use you. And when you say no, you have to be prepared that your name might become mud and they may never apologize. But I want you to know that that's okay too. Keisha E says, yes, they are. That's why I've been on a mini break. Had to reevaluate to do some cutting. Oh no, Keisha, you've been out there cutting. Ashanti said, I had to ask someone why they couldn't have a conversation without asking for a favor. They told them they get 2 favors per month. Ooh, y'all some tough sisters. Miss Harris say, oh, you talking to BJ Dez. I'm mind my business. That's what I'm going to do. Little boss lady, she said, good evening. Just popping in for a second to fluff the pillows on the royal porch swing. Okay? Sometimes you have to show them. Action speaks louder than words. Like I said, I hate to go back to the whole relationship thing, but sometimes in romantic relationships, we have to show the person that you are willing to walk away and that you don't have a problem changing the nature of that relationship. You have to do it for your mental health. It's what's good for you. And just like you make those decisions for your mental health, you have to make the decision still to stand your ground for your mental health and not allow anybody to take advantage of you. Trey Boppin says they want to weigh you down with their garbage and drain your spirit and try to steal your joy. Better let them go. It's true. JC says, I got on my mud stomping shoes for when someone tries to drag my name. I don't mind. Yeah, stop, and you stop it too. Take the mud stomping shoes off. Take them off. Because I hate to sound like Big Mama them, but it is what it is. They lied on Jesus. Okay? So ain't no need of you being touchy because somebody tell a lie on you. It ain't the first time and it won't be the last. That I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you that. Okay? Ms. Harris say we must invest in ourselves in every area because no one will do for us. I'm in that season in my life and it feels good. Okay? It's easy for people to do wrong and hard for people to do what's right. That's true. Nene Please says, them going could be a blessing in disguise. Baby, that's a blessing out in the open. Let them people go. I was talking about that this morning during our Good Morning Royals, even though I was about out of breath. Everything happens for a reason, even the painful and the uncomfortable things. Honey, sometimes these things happen because these people need to be out of your lives. They need to go. And maybe you wasn't going to get rid of them on your own, but now we ain't got to worry about it. They just gone. There's mama's baby. That's right. Y'all like the video. JC said, not meaning I'm fighting, meaning I'm walking through the mud and carrying. That's right. Walk through it. Yeah, don't. I have to check with you, JC. You get feisty. You be ready to whoop on them. That's right. But what you have to recognize is this is a part of it. Like we always talk about the steps to take, but I always want to also reinforce that things may not go nice and neat. Things may not be, a happy ending. It may not go pleasantly once you decide that you're going to change the nature of these relationships. Do not fall prey to the manipulations, to the social engineering, to the gaslighting, to none of it. That's right. Exactly. That's true, Miss Harry. There's a lesson in everything. Like I said this morning, Sometimes, even going all the way down, sometimes, even when the flying monkeys, I still love that term. I love it, love it, love it. Even when they show up and all that stuff happens, sometimes, y'all, even that is a blessing because now you get to see what you're really working with. Some of these people who decide to be quote unquote flying monkeys is because they was waiting on something that they could jump on. They were waiting on a bandwagon that they could jump on. So now you kind of get to see people with the mask off. Always find the good in a situation. Always be prepared for the worst, but always find the good. That's all I'm telling you. Delicia, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. That is so awesome. Spiritual Discussions says, God opens doors when you don't let the temptation of evil come in. Right. Yeah, we are rooting for you, sis. Happy to be happy, says, hugging you for myself, Seanitra, because I know you will provide the energy. Okay, well, I appreciate it. You know, I need all the help I can get. I'm over here on a half a tank. Not today, Satan said. On the other side of the coin, some people will allow themselves to be gaslit if they think they are getting something out of it in the end. That's true. That is so true. Y'all, please don't be doing that. Don't let anybody play with you that way. And don't put your peace in jeopardy for material gain or any other gain that's temporary. If you know something is bad and you made a decision to back away, stay away. Let me say it again. If you know something is bad for you and it is not for your growth, is not for your prosperity, is not for your gain, when you back away and you make that conscious decision to back away, stay away. And Spiritual Discussions, girl, you on point. I love you. Look here, you come often. Don't you miss nothing. She says silence is growth, and it is. It is, because I know all of us can remember when we couldn't hold our peace at all. I know for a fact there was a time when I couldn't hold my peace. But when you're able to keep silent in the face of foolishness, when you manage to control your mouth, control your temperament, that's when you can really see your growth. That's when you can really start to see things move. Hubby done bought Queen of some Red Lobster. See, she up in here bragging, sisters. Y'all see her? She'll see us later. She going to eat Red Lobster. Okay, Queen, bon appetit. But this is the thing that I want you to understand as well. In keeping silent, and not getting involved, and not trying to take control and straighten it out yourself. Thank you, Odie. You giving room for God to move. Sometimes we open our mouths too soon, y'all. We jump in too quick. We ready to get some straightening. But it's certain times that we can open our mouths too fast and we can do a little bit too much and we can get in the way of what your boss man trying to do. My baby say when I finally started controlling my anger and temperament, my mental started being attacked. It's true. Because as long as you out of control and anger and popping off, you're feeding them dogs. When you stop feeding them, then they start biting at you. Because now they really need to provoke you. But sometimes when you get in and you trying to straighten it out yourself, I'm going to straighten it out. I'm going to set them straight. I'm going to stop them from lying on me. I'm going to respond and I'm going to set the record straight. Sometimes with you running your mouth and you're doing too much, the only thing you're doing is getting in the way. You're getting in the way. And by you involving yourself, now you really just block God from straightening out the situation for you. Corrine, thank you so much for the super sticker, sis. I'm glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. We got to do it. We got to control ourselves. Every battle ain't yours. Every battle ain't yours. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Stay out the way. Tell them, Christine. Stay out the way. There are some battles that's already won. The fight already been fixed. And you go messing it up because you trying to get involved with a fight that's already been fixed. Do you know there's some people? Let me explain this to you. Some people can set out to sabotage you, to bring you all the way down. And while y'all done seen this on jobs, and while they call themselves setting you up, and they got their flunkies, and all of them gonna make sure that they gang up against you, and while they're doing it, I'm glad to see you back. We missed you, Corrine. And while they're doing it, they don't realize that somebody above their head is watching them trying to set you up. Sometimes in the middle of them trying to hurt you, they've already hurt themselves. But because we get impatient and we get angry and then we're provoked, we come jumping in like Mighty Mouse, and you done mess something up. Sometimes when they're trying to harm you, you know, they used to tell us, when you dig one ditch, dig two. Y'all know about it. But sometimes that person dug the ditch for you. They all prepared to fall in it. And then here you come. Here you come. Stay out of his way. Tell him again, Egypt, every battle ain't yours. Every battle ain't yours. You better use your discernment. Leslie, tell him, stand still. Stop fighting everything. There are times, y'all, when you don't recognize you've already won. Spiritual discussion says when you know them darts, when you know you, them darts run back to the sender. That's true. Vita, thank you for joining the royal family. Y'all welcome Vita. She here every day, y'all. And now she is officially a member of the royal family. Y'all please give her a royal family welcome. Y'all know this is family business, not moderator business. Make sure she feels welcome. Sis, always come back. Always come often. We're so happy to have you. And you are highly welcome. But what I want you to understand is sometimes you trying to fix it, you jumping in, that ditch they dug for you that they was all set to fall in, now you gonna jump in it because you don't know how to stay out the way. Stop doing it. Sometimes people will run you off a job and you feeling bad because you just don't want them to win. And they feel like they got you. They done ran you off that job. You're not even realizing that while they ran you off that job, God had already prepared a better one for you. And this one got more money. And this one has more benefits. And this one is closer to your house. And this one has nicer people. And this one might have a boss that's a praying boss. Sometimes I've known of people that got ran off of jobs and got mistreated until they left jobs, only to find out the place they left ended up going out of business. Sometimes wasn't even a year later. You don't know why God is allowing certain things to happen. Let it happen. Stop trying to fight everything. Keep quiet. What you fighting for? They may feel entitled to abuse you. You got a right to change the relationship. Hey, you should. You're supposed to. Once you do it, go on about your business. I don't care what they say about you. I don't care how they plot up against you. Hey, Nidra, there's our birthday girl, ladies. Happy birthday, sis. We celebrated her real good this morning. The truth of the matter is, it don't matter what they say. You have the power over your situation. You have the power not to give in, and you sure enough got the power to be quiet and not respond. That's what I wanted to get across to y'all. Because again, y'all know what I do in Crown Chat. Anything we talking about is things that's happening in real life, real time. It's either to somebody else that I've had to counsel with or something that I'm going through myself. And I feel like if even one of us is going through it, it'll hit somebody else too. Baby girl said, always remember he's allowing it and he makes everything good. That's right. If he allowing it, I can guarantee you it's for your good. Or he would have never let it happen. Be cool. Be cool. If you change the nature of some relationships and they come after you, it's all right. I'm telling you, it's all right. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all long. I done went over my hour. Y'all let me cut up the other day. Y'all let me go over that hour. And I appreciate you, but I'm gonna be good today. I ain't gonna keep running my mouth. Plus, I know we got study tonight for the ladies that's coming. So that's 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. And I hope you all will be back here for that. Um, Otis say I wasn't trying to preach, Otis. Was I preaching? All right. I appreciate you, Odie. I'm glad anytime I see you come through. I really am. Yep. Y'all let them know. Happy to be happy is looking for your PayPal, Nidra. Let them know. That's right. Ashani say get off that battlefield and go somewhere and rejoice. That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, I sure can. Yes, I can. Hold on. Nidra, they asking for your cash app again, so I'm gonna put it up because you had some family that's here today that was not here this morning, and they want to celebrate your birthday. So give me just a second, y'all. You know, like I say, I'm kind of the brain fog is on 10 today because of how I'm feeling. But I'm holding it. I'm holding. I'm coming. I'm coming. If I'd have been thinking, I'd have did it anyway, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. Got it. All right, there you go. Because we got to celebrate her. And I want to say, too, thank you for all of you in the family. Hey, G, darling, that sent your birthdays. Okay? So we can celebrate your birthday. That's very important to me. It's very important. G, darling, it's so good to see you. All right, I'm trying to pin it. Okay, I pinned her cash app to the chat. If y'all want to pin a dollar to her shirt, go on and use that cash app and pin that dollar to her shirt and let her know that we love her and happy birthday to her. Louisiana lady said if the devil is not trying to get you, that means he already got you. Say it again, sis. Spiritual discussion says you become the problem when you finally recognize who they are. Right. That's my whole point about people who are abusive in any way. When people are abusive and they are blatantly and they are willfully and intentionally abusive, when they like to hide. And once you expose them, it's a problem. And the reason you the problem is because, like the old saying, a devil exposed is a devil destroyed. So they don't want to be destroyed. So it's like, hey, if you start exposing who I am, it's going to be a problem. Don't be around here exposing it. Sometimes, let me tell you something else about abusers, since we still got a minute, because I want y'all to go ahead and bless Nidra, everybody who wants to, for her birthday. If you didn't get a chance to show us some love this morning, it ain't too late now. But what I want y'all to understand today is that some of these abusers, they like to hide behind you. And what I mean by that is, if you allow them to keep abusing you and to be in your presence and to use your presence as a shield, do you know there's other people? Because, this group, we have a group of dynamic women in the royal family and some gentlemen too. When you have a good character and you're known to have a good character, some bad people will use your character as a shield. They will hide behind your good character. Okay? And then other people who admire you or look up to you or respect you will automatically assume that this person is decent because they're able to hide behind you. Have mercy. They will hide behind you. And so once you put down your boundaries and you change the nature of your relationship, understand me. That's her whole name, Happy to Be Happy. You have to put it in just like that. But in any event, when you change the nature of that relationship and you move out of the way, then they're afraid that people gonna recognize that, hey, this person I was using for cover, they ain't covering for me no more. Some of y'all been covering for people for years and you don't even know it. Ashanti, thank you for becoming a royal family member. Y'all welcome Ashanti to the family. We so happy to have you. You're highly welcome. Same as I always say, come again, come often. You are so welcome. Please take advantage of everything we have. You see my contact information. Contact me for anything, but definitely contact me and give me your birthday so we can celebrate you. But these folks will hide behind you, not only because they want to use you, they want to use other people. And they can use your character and your reputation, your personality as a shield so that other people will automatically trust them. It's easier to manipulate people if you're seen as somebody that a respected person trusts. Okay, what you mean, Nitra? I'm glad you asked. If I happen to see you and you in good company and you friends with a preacher that I admire, or you're friends with a school principal that I admire, or you in the company of somebody that I hold in high esteem, I'm less likely to watch your movements because I trust that person's movements. So I'm going to feel like, well, if so-and-so trusts them, I mean, she must be good, or he must be a good person because I see him in their company, or they must be good people because I see them in their company. Some people are using your presence, your character, and your reputation as a shield so that not only can they abuse and use you, so they can abuse and use other people. I want y'all to pay attention. Nidra, Ms. Reese say check your cash app. That's right, Dana. A lot of people do feel like birds of a feather flock together. So if you happen to be a bird with some real good feathers, people going to assume that that person that's tucked up under your hip is got to be a good person too, because very seldom are two people together. What the book say? How can two walk together except they agree? So people are going to naturally begin to believe that if y'all is together, y'all must be the same kind of person. Must be the same kind of person. How else? So you got to take that into account. That's one of the reasons that these people become so agitated when you change the nature of that relationship. They got a lot on the line. Not today, Satan says, I hide in the bushes at BC because, I hide the bushes because I like certain content creators, but I don't like other creators they go on a panel with. Okay, I understand that. I get what you're saying. Spiritual Discussion says, it takes for you to know God to really understand. You are a blessing, Miss Nitra. Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate you. Just come back all the time. You're welcome. More than. And Ashanti, you're welcome. Vita, you're welcome too. Nidra, JC say check your cash out, baby. Your sisters is trying to bless you. Okay. Hey, Quasia. How's our brother-in-law doing? Good to see you. But I'm going to shut up. I ain't going to run my mouth too much longer. I figured since y'all gave me a couple of minutes, because I know y'all still wanted to bless Nidra for her birthday, I could run my mouth a little bit more. I figured I could. Y'all ain't stopped me, so I figured I was okay. Hey, Sasha Lynn, I feel a lot better than I did. That's why I told y'all this morning, I love being able to come here and talk with you guys and go back and forth and feed off each other's good energy, because y'all charge me up. And the more I talk to you and encourage you, I'm encouraging me too. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Sasha Lynn. Glad you're here. Okay? So listen, y'all. We done talked about it. I think we had us a good chat today. Did we have us a good chat today? Can I get bullseyes, yes, no's, or maybes? Because I enjoyed our chat. I like y'all was giving it to me in the chat. Y'all was giving it to me. Okay, y'all had so many DMs in the chat. I was wishing one of y'all would have came up here and took over and started talking for me. Nidra, Kia say check your cash out. We had us a good time. All right, Deborah. What a pretty picture. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all went out to Mayport. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we are. 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, Keisha. I'm glad. I enjoy, not just this time. I enjoy every time we come on here and have our talks. It's not work at all. You are welcome, Nidra. You are welcome, welcome, welcome. You got here late. That's all right, girl. You join the replay game. Trey Boppin said, great chat. I appreciate you. Wonder Woman Marshall says, Seanitra, you were the icing on the cake today. Well, thank you. Thank you. Y'all must be the cake. Y'all must be the cake. Well, come back often, Miss Deborah, please. Come back often. Come back often. Yeah, come on. You know I'm going to do a curtain call before we start. I'm going to do a curtain call before we start. So if y'all want to come on this evening, come on. And I'll send out notifications and I'll post the members only and do all that stuff to try to help get everybody in there. You going to catch the replay? Thank you, Wicked. Say I have to catch the replay as well. Thank you so much. You guys were so supportive and I appreciate you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So listen, I'm going to get up out of here because even though I do feel some better, I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to push it. Okay? I'm going to get a little rest so we can come back for our study this evening. I'm going to post the members only so those of you who want to attend will be able to. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? All right? So we're going to have us a good time this evening. We're going to be in the Royal Family Media Room and we're going to have us a nice time and do what we do as sisters. We're going to encourage ourselves and each other and study together and have a good time. Okay. I will talk to you guys a little later on. I want to tell you again, if you did not hit that like button on your way in, please hit the like button on the way out. Okay. Vita, I don't know what you're talking about, baby, but not in here. Okay. We don't bring him in here. So, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead on and subscribe. And if you want to join channel membership, I did update that description box. So the link for channel membership is in the description box. Hey, Gaby. No, we're not, honey. We're not talking about that today. This is not front porch gossip. This is Crown Chat. That's all right, darling. I'm just glad to see you. We miss you. Come again. Also, just a reminder, we have started to collect for our Queen of the City food drive for November. Spiritual Discussion says, thank you. I'm excited to be here. This is right up my alley. All right. All right, Lisa Cooper. That's cool. That's cool. So listen, like I said, we're going to start collecting for our Queen of the City food drive for Thanksgiving in November. Okay, we got well over 25 queens that will be responsible for distributing food gift cards to 3 families in their cities. So we are raising that money, and I want you all to do what you can. Whatever your tools and fuels are, let's put them together. Anything we don't come up with, I will make up the difference. But we're going to feed those families by faith. It's going to get done. Okay? Now, the posters for those are on the community tab, family. So any questions you have, please refer to those posters. Contact me if you need to. The baby shower poster is up, as well as the registries that she has for Amazon and Target. Okay, so y'all go to the registry so you can get some goodies for the baby shower. Also, the fall masquerade. which is October the 8th, because y'all know we do not celebrate Devil Day on this channel. So October 8th, we will have our fall masquerade. We're going to keep it classy and fun. So that poster is up on the community tab as well. And again, if you did not hit the like button on the way in, please, family, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. Okay? I appreciate you all. Come back again, and we will talk to you soon. Okay? Bye, y'all. Oh, I almost forgot. Stay encouraged. And most importantly, remember, encourage somebody else. I'll talk to y'all later this evening, okay? Bye now.